Yeah, y'all, it's Real Housewives of Atlanta time. Y'all know my black ass is late as fuck. With this particular episode, I try to get my episode recaps out a little earlier than this. But, you know, it was holiday time and shit. So I've been thoroughly enjoying the holidays with my family. My sister's in town from LA along with her boyfriend. And so we have been really enjoying the holiday. I am so glad you guys are enjoying the vlogs that I've recently put up on this channel. Normally, they're on my daily vlog channel. And if you guys have not checked out my daily vlog channel, y'all need to go ahead and check it out. Check it out down below. I will leave the name of the channel right over here so y'all can check it out. It is TheSocialiteLife TV, so there's only just the difference is TV is at the end of the damn name. But anyway, it's our daily vlog channel if you guys want to see more of what we did over the holiday, the parties that we go to, and the daily bullshit that we get into. That's where you would check it out. But I did want to share a few of our holiday vlogs here on this channel for you guys as well. Hopefully you guys had an amazing holiday and shit, got everything you wanted. And if you guys don't celebrate, I hope you guys had a great holiday week or a great week in general, okay? Y'all know what time it is. Time to talk about this crazy ass Real Housewives of Atlanta episode, so let go. Now y'all know we left off with a whole bunch of buffoonery, okay? Because Kenya's stupid ass was talking a whole bunch of shit to the motherfuckers talking about she don't wait on no bitches, okay? So of course, when we start off this episode, everybody talking all over each other and shit, trying to get all loud and shit, and Candy was talking about some, you know, ain't nobody trying to hear what you saying and shit, okay? If you haven't checked out that recap, I will link it down below, or just check out my channel, all right? And Nene finally is like, look, we just gonna have to agree to disagree and shit. Y'all motherfuckers just need to respect people's time. If I have y'all coming out here for whatever reason, y'all need to just be here on time. Of course, Kenya's dumb ass thought her ass got them in check doing all that shit talking and shit, but whatever, I digress and move on. Now, I ain't no damn mama, I ain't have no children and shit. However, you know, my sister done had a child, you know, my mama done had us, I done seen what she did with my siblings and shit, and, you know, I understand, you know, sometimes, you know, if your breast is feeling a little tender, you know, you gotta release the juice, you know, release the milk, release the titties, you know what I'm saying, just release the tension that you might feel and the pain you might suffer from, you know, breastfeeding or whatever. But they start talking, you know, I just didn't expect the shit, okay? They start talking about, you know, whatever the fuck, well, you know, when your titties start to hurt and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, why are they all of a sudden having this conversation? Next thing you know, we all go over to Phaedra's stupid ass and she's all like, did this motherfucker straight take out her damn titty, okay? Pull it out, take out her breast pump, and straight breast pump in the middle of the motherfucking van. Now, I get it. You might, you know, feel a little tenderness, a little hurt, you know, a little pain. Your baby's not here to release the juices, you know, and, suck on the titty and then, you know, whatever. And so she needs to breast pump, and my black ass is like, you are an educated lawyer with a little bit of a rep in Atlanta, I would assume, that you trying to protect. And your ass is with your bare titty out on national television. It's different if y'all didn't have the cameras around and shit, but y'all in the motherfucking van with your ass, with your breast pump on your damn nipple, holding it just looking all cray-cray, and you didn't think to put a towel or a jacket or a sweater over that motherfucker? What the fuck? Anyway, moving on. Y'all know when y'all get to, you know, coming together on girls trips, y'all know we gotta talk about sexual relations. You know what I'm saying? So the girls start talking about, you know, sex or whatever, and what is technically required by, you know, women or husbands and wives, you know, what wives are supposed to be giving their husbands or whatever. So everybody talking about how often y'all have sex. It started off with them asking Candy how does she handle her whole life, her business, and blah, 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 and her career and shit, and how does she handle that versus, you know, how often she gives Tide, you know, the relations or whatever, right? And so everybody goes around talking about how often they give each other sex or whatever. And, you know, Candy's like, I try whenever I can, you know, and, you know, Cynthia don't say nothing, you know, y'all know already with that situation. And then, you know, let's see, we got, what's her name? Monique, this new bitch that's on the trip with him, you know what I mean, trying to get her little shine. And she gonna talk about how, you know, when, you know, she's been married 13 years, okay? And in that 13 years, her ass has sex every motherfucking other day, okay? She fucking her husband every other day, and she feels like that's what she should be doing, you know, to keep her man satisfied or whatever the fuck. And of course, Portia's ass decides to chime in as well. This bitch was like,
I feel like that if it's your man and you only having sex with him just one time a week, you're not really doing what you're supposed to do. But if you step out and I done took care of you 3-4 times a week, then you won't mind anyway.
woo, Chad, okay? Look, bitch, you was fucking. Look, I'm gonna tell you this the fuck right now. Well, we don't know if she was really fucking, because, you know, I heard Cordell, you know, he didn't really like, you know, us, that he might have liked the men's. But, you know, I digress. She's thinking that if she's fucking her man once a week, okay, that if he decides to stray, that obviously, you know, there's a partial fault on yourself for not having put the fuck out. So he had to stray because you only fucking once a week. So your job as the female in the relationship is to make sure you fucking 3-4 times a week to make sure his ass is satisfied. And then and only then, if he cheats, then his ass wasn't yours to begin with. Bitch, bad. I don't know who the hell lives by that life, that motto, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now. I can fuck your ass once a month. You straying, that's some fucked up ass shit. If you wanted to still stay with me, if not, if I ain't fucking enough, be up easy, but don't put me through that, okay? And I know a lot of y'all feel me on that. I get it. Yeah, you supposed to satisfy your man just like your man's supposed to satisfy their woman, okay? Let's be real. Or whatever relationship you in. Men's and women's and women's or whatever. It applies the same exact way. It's a tit for tat. It's, you know, 50-50. You know, everybody got to be satisfied up in this motherfucker, because I'm going to tell you right the fuck now, ain't nobody gonna be doing no kind of extra stuff, and I ain't getting not a damn from it, okay? But of course, y'all saw Kenya's face. They zoomed in on that motherfucker. She was looking all kind of crazy. Portia like, bitch, what kind of bullshit ass reasoning is that? Talking about you have to accept fault because you ain't fucking your man enough. You ain't satisfying your man. And my thing is, again, Portia's ass, I don't really know that she could really do much preaching on this particular topic because, you know, again, her man really wasn't feeling that. I mean, she's been talking about the fact that her ass was putting on lingerie and whatever the fuck to try to, you know, get in where she could get in, and the motherfucker kept dogging her ass. So how do you explain that anyway? So Kenya, for once, I actually agreed with. She was like, bitch, I don't know what kind of logic that is, but I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now, if you fucking your man once a week and he still decides to stray, that's some fucked up ass shit. It has nothing to do with the fact that you ain't fucking enough. The man is just an asshole, and that's just what it is, period, point blank. But you can't sit here and say that that's your fault. And I'm in total agreement with that. Like, I was like, okay, Kenya sounded like she had some damn sense for like 5.2 seconds. After Monique talks about her little position on the situation, how, you know, it's gotta be about a 50-50, and it's not about asking for permission, it's about, you know, having respect for each other, and whatever the fuck. I mean, it made sense, whatever the fuck she was saying, okay? Everybody and their mama was agreeing with her and shit, and next thing you know, crying tears all over the place is Portia's ass like,
it just feels like you guys understand her.
Yes, Portia. You don't know I say this in every motherfucking recap. I feel bad for the girl. But again, I mean, you can't really blame yourself because you might have been with a queen. I'm just saying. Yeah, now they get down to Savannah, Georgia. Right now, they were talking about this in the van, how, you know, Nene had reserved some kind of mansion or whatever. I think it's the wedding cake mansion or whatever. So they get to Savannah and get to the wedding cake mansion, and they're greeted by Miss Chammy Joe. Now, here's where I have the problem. Now, the girls go, you know, walking around or whatever to try to get their rooms. You know Nene put this motherfucker together, right? So they're walking up the stairs, and of course, first in line is Candy's old bitch ass, okay? And I'm saying that because of what's finna happen here next, which is her black ass goes up the stairs. Nene's like behind everybody, you know what I'm saying? They go up the stairs, everyone's kind of looking around, you know, trying to be polite. Y'all know everybody wanted to go jump on whatever bed they wanted to claim or whatever, like Kenya's ass did, okay? But the minute that Candy went up the stairs, she took the motherfucking master bedroom, okay? Normally, I'd be on her side for the most part. You know, she's a businesswoman, whatever the fuck. But in this case, that was some fucked up ass shit. If my black ass put together the damn trip, my black ass is gonna get the master bedroom, period, point blank. And the fact that even after all of this, even after Kenya's ass, after that happened, Kenya was trying to, you know, be like, Nene, you need to acknowledge that shit. Like, that's your room, period, point blank. Okay? And Nene didn't pop the fuck off, which she should have. I don't even think she should have popped off. My thing is, the minute Nene said that was really supposed to be my room, Candy should have been like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let you have the room. That's some adult ass shit. Period. Okay? But the bitch stayed in the room anyway. So whatever. I'm really proud of Nene for not going ham. But, you know, I think there's going to be a boiling point. I haven't seen the rest of the episode yet. Y'all know my black ass is recapping as I watch the shit. But I feel like it's finna boil over here in a minute because Nene's been keeping her mouth shut too damn long. Some of them are in the kitchen having conversations or whatever, talking about how, you know, people's asses have been late and la la la. Now, keep in mind, Monique, you know, your motherfucking ass ain't part of the cast. so I'm gonna need you to just simmer down and back the fuck up. Like, I already know she's kind of starting to kind of get in where she fit in. And I'm like, bitch, you don't know these bitches, okay? I know you cool with Nene, but that don't give you no right to, you know, say whatever the fuck you want. Like, you know, back a little bit. You ain't part of the crew, right? So they're sitting there talking about everybody being late, you know, how people have a tendency to do that. And of course, Phaedra's not there. And, you know, how somehow or another somebody made a dig on Phaedra's ass always being late, okay? So Phaedra comes up and Monique's, you know, made a couple digs. The motherfucker was sitting here talking about some, yeah, you know, hey, I'm just saying, he's coming down here giving us some ground rules and it sounds like you done missed him and you probably need them more than anybody with your late ass. And Phaedra's like, bitch, you don't know me from a motherfucking can of paint. I was like, Monique, I'm with Phaedra on this shit, on some real shit. Like, after that, I was like, stay in your motherfucking lane, Monique. Stay in your motherfucking lane. So Monique's like, I'm just reporting what everyone else fucking told me. And I mean, it was all jokes. And Phaedra's like, I don't motherfucking play. We don't joke like that round up and through here. Look, Team Phaedra on that shit, bitch. Stay in your damn lane. After all that shit, okay, everybody splits up. So Candy, Phaedra's ass go outside. They go walking or whatever the fuck. And all the rest of the girls go to Nene's room because, you know, they want to recap whatever the fuck happened, right? So, of course, you know, Candy and Phaedra, they sitting outside and they having conversations about whatever the fuck happened. And, of course, while Candy's trying to have a conversation with Phaedra, her little, you know, delusional ass, cuckoo ass, psycho ass sees some hearse driving by and starts booking off for the shit. So we go in Nene's room while all the other girls are sitting there having little talks about whatever the fuck happened between Monique and Phaedra, okay? So as they're sitting there talking with Monique, they're sitting there like, well, how do you feel after you done got read by Phaedra, right? And Monique's ass is like, I mean, I don't really feel like I got read. I don't feel like I was read. I don't feel like she was reading me. And everybody's like, bitch, you got read. And I'm like, look, I know when Phaedra was like, shut that shit down, the shit got shut down. Her ass was read, okay? Now, while Candy and Phaedra having conversations before she, you know, saw the hearse, Candy was like, well, you know, how well do you know them or whatever? And Phaedra's ass was like,
him and I know each other extremely well. We live down the street from each other. We grew up in Athens together.
Bitch, word on the street is you might have sucked this dick, slide the knob, played with the balls. You know what I'm saying? So we move on to the next day and it goes into, let's see, Cynthia and Monique. I guess Monique came into Cynthia's room after, you know, Cynthia got ready and wanted to see if Cynthia could do her eyes. Now, I'm starting to kind of see a little bit more at this point that Monique seems a little airheadish or a little bit flighty. I don't know. And maybe that's just me. I don't know if she just doesn't have a lot of culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about our culture. I don't really know. I'm still trying to figure it out at this point. But she just seems, I don't know. We gonna figure that out. But she comes into Cynthia's room wanting to get her eyes done or whatever. And of course, Cynthia's like, yo ass better get dressed. And, you know, she's trying to give her little etiquette in regards, you know, ebonics or whatever, you know, slang and terminologies that we use, you know, like, you know, shade and tea and being red or whatever the fuck, which I didn't even realize the bitch didn't know anything about. And I'm like, okay, you live in Atlanta. I don't know how that's possible, but it's whatever. And so she just kept on talking, asking her if she had any gay friends and you really should try to get involved. And bitch is like, well, you know, I think I have gay friends. Bitch, you know if you have gay friends. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with her. So anyway, we move on to the kitchen. Everybody's in the kitchen, you know, they're getting ready to go because I guess, you know, Nene is going to take everyone to the First African Church, you know, give them a little culture or whatever. And so everybody's coming in and the last person to come in, because Phaedra's already there, is Monique's ass, right? And this motherfucker gonna walk in and be like,
hi guys, it's a new day. We're off to a brand new start. Oh, look who beat me here. Hey y'all.
I know Phaedra's ass was like, bitch, bad with your motherfucking new ass coming up in here talking about some, oh my God, you on time. Bitch, stay in your damn lane. So they're leaving, okay, to head out. And of course, Monique's last. I guess she's having a little hard time coming down the stairs or walking down the sidewalk or whatever the fuck. Like I said, she coming across a little dinghy, okay? And this bitch gonna be like,
hold up. Don't be trying to leave us, sister.
She is a straight up valley girl. This bitch even brought Phaedra's breast pump, y'all. So they get to the church, right? And, you know, they're looking around and they had a tour guide that was showing them around and they were just really reminiscing and just thinking back to what our ancestors had to go through, okay? And so they get to the portion where he's discussing the Underground Railroad. And of course, y'all already know, Portia's ass is gonna say some dumbass shit. So here she go on her soapbox like,
those are our ancestors. You know, I feel a sense
she knew what the fuck she was talking about. It was a cute little speech or whatever, you know, at that very moment. But then the bitch just ruined the whole motherfucking thing when her ass was like,
but there has to be an opening for the railroad at some point. Somebody's gotta drive that train. I mean, it's not electric like what we have now.
they just like, baby, wasn't no damn train. It wasn't no real train, baby. It was a euphemism. I was like, are you fucking serious, bitch? Where the fuck did you get your motherfucking education at now? Look, when y'all motherfucking asses got on my head last year when Portia's ass came on and I said her dumb ass was slow, and y'all were like, oh, you being a little mean, Sandy. You know, I think she's educated and all this kind of stuff. She's just really sweet and kind-hearted and shit. Y'all, after that shit, y'all agree with my ass now? Her ass is dumb as a box of damn rocks, y'all. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, and this is exactly why y'all asses were tweeting my black ass, because I didn't know they were gonna go in this motherfucking portion of the damn episode or whatever. But anyway, so they go to a restaurant and they're having some drinks. And I don't really know that Monique was really prepared for what the fuck she was finna get into when she decided to bring up a dumbass conversation. I know part of her was curious about whatever the fuck happened between her husband, her now husband, and her exes that were sitting at the motherfucking table. Well, at least one of them was at one point, and both of them, you know, when Phaedra came back from, you know, pumping her leaking titties or whatever. She goes ahead and decides to bring it up like, oh my god, I thought it was so funny that at Nene's wedding, your mom was totally like, oh my god, Chuck, haven't seen you in so long. Who is this lady? Like, why is she walking up on my husband? Who is this lady? But no, seriously, girl. I mean, we might as well clear the air. I mean, obviously, it was like a 2-week relationship, right? Andy was like,
2 weeks. I mean, we dated when I was 19 and then we dated again when I was 21.
Of course, Monique's trying to pacify some shit, you know what I mean? Y'all already know, just based on the conversation, Chuck done told some lies, okay? Or just didn't tell her what the fuck for real happened. Like, he tried to pacify the shit when Nene tried to bring it up when they were at his house before. So my motherfucking ass is wondering, why the fuck would you bring this up, Monique, in the first place? If you weren't ready to take the damn fight, you got 6 whatever number of bitches around your motherfucking ass that are red tea for this, okay? So now she's just like trying to dismiss whatever relationship that, you know, Candy had, and now Candy's getting offended. Then Portia's dumb ass is gonna talk about some,
I don't know, y'all know, if she knows his entire family, it was serious.
so everybody going cray-cray, right? And y'all know Kenya's ass was all up and through this shit. You knew she was gonna start instigating some shit. And look, I don't blame her ass, because Monique or whatever the fuck her name is, her ass asked for this shit. You shouldn't have brought the shit up in front of all them damn bitches. So while everybody's interrogating Candy's ass, okay, she decides to go ahead and throw her best friend, her little bestie, Phaedra's ass, under the bus. Now she gonna tell everybody, I'm not the only one who dated him. Phaedra walks in like, what are y'all ladies talking about? And everybody's like, oh shit, we about to get on this bitch. But let's go ahead and finish with Candy's ass, right? Then Kenya's ass is gonna ask some dumbass question like, what was the sex like? I was like, bitch, you know damn well you ain't supposed to ask no damn question, but I ain't gonna lie, this shit was funny as fuck. Turns out that Phaedra's dated his ass twice too. I'm like, damn, y'all, Chuck got around, right? So she goes talk about they dated in 8th and 9th grade or whatever, and they weren't having sex, okay? And that, you know, later on she dated him when they were in college, I guess, or whatever. She dated him or whatever when he was playing for the Falcons or whatever. But either way, you know, she ain't trying to be disrespectful to her, the relationship, him, they kids, they baby daddies, sisters, cousins, and them. Y'all know the drift. Kenya had to point out that Chuck done said he didn't fuck with Phaedra, okay? That he didn't date her ass at all, right? And so Portia decides to go ahead and chime in and shit. She gonna be like,
let the wife ask the questions, y'all. She needs to ask the questions first, y'all, because you need to know your husband ain't talking to you.
Next thing you know, her little Valley girl ass is gonna be all miffed and ticked and shit. That Valley girl shit went out the damn door. The bitch was like, I know your ass ain't talking shit after you done told us that you didn't damn near communicate with your motherfucking husband either. So stay in your motherfucking lane, bitch. Bitch, bye. Okay, y'all know, I think Portia's dumb as a box of rocks, and my shit is this. Your dumb ass, that would be Monique, okay? Dumb number 2. Your stupid ass shouldn't have brought that shit up to fucking begin with. You know damn well you dealing with a bunch of barracudas. You sit there with a bunch of 7, 8 motherfucking barracudas, and your ass don't think you're gonna get your ass bit? Bitch, bye. You knew damn well when you walked up in that fire, you gonna get burnt, okay? So, that's what you get. Your ass brought that shit up. That was all on you. Nene, of course, after all this, tried to get that shit to calm down. Portia's ass apologized, and they kind of, you know, just threw some water on the fire and kept it moving. But look, that shit right there, all that damn exchange, like, I was like, this is way too much material. That should have been one episode. Just that little part right there when they were in that restaurant should have been one damn episode, because I know they had to have cut out a whole bunch of bullshit, as much back and forth as they were doing between each other, and Kenya's instigating ass. Woo! Bitch, look, I ain't even mad at you, boo. It's the first time I actually agree with the fuck you did. Look, not gonna lie, if it wasn't for Kenya and all this going back and forth and talking shit and trying to be like, yeah, let me know what happened with this. He said he didn't date you. What was sex like? All that shit? Bitch. That conversation may not have gone the way that it did, and we wouldn't have gotten all of that, you know, buffoonery that we want to see on the show. So, kudos to Kenya. Anyway, y'all already know we're going to come back with a new episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta next week. I'm hoping it's coming out this coming Sunday with the holiday. I don't know if they're going to, you know, hold off or whatever, but so far so good. Y'all know the episode hasn't come up where Candy Straight goes in, okay? And there was some kind of semi-almost fight breaking out. So y'all know I'm waiting for that episode to come up. But this episode right here gave me every bit of life I needed for the holiday season. You heard me? I'm too mad I waited till now to watch it, but I wanted to make sure that when I watched it, I could go ahead and do the recap at the same time, because y'all know I do it live as I watch. So, y'all know what to do. Thumbs up this video if you like seeing these recaps or whatever. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the entire episode, of what y'all thought of whatever the fuck went down, and especially that whole situation with Monique's stupid ass for bringing that shit up, okay? And you know, the Underground Railroad, y'all already know how that goes, okay? Let me know if y'all still think Portia's ass is dumb as a box of rocks for saying that stupid ass shit, because I know a lot of y'all were thinking I was kind of mean before when I said her ass was slow. She might have proved me right, y'all, okay? So, as always, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/Socialite Sande. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page or Pinterest. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and hit me up on Instagram, and yeah, at Socialite Sande. I almost said Keek. It's just what I used to say before Keek went defunct. I do have Keek. It's at Socialite Sande, but who really the fuck uses Keek? I mean, really? Nobody. So, well, at least I don't know nobody who really does, and shit, no one I follow uses it anymore because we got Instagram video. Anyway, I digress. Y'all already know I absolutely adore y'all. Hope you guys had a great holiday season. Hope you guys love these recaps. Got more coming. 2014 is on the way, and I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.